Cornell University, anthropologists say that primates' ancestors may have left the trees to survive an asteroid impact on our Earth. We're talking about 66 million years ago, the asteroid of the Yucatan Peninsula that wiped out the dinosaurs, and it was close to an extinction level event. A lot of animals, fauna and flora did go extinct from that asteroid impact. So when that asteroid struck 66 million years ago and wiped out dinosaurs not related to birds and 3/4 of life on Earth, early ancestors of primates and marsupials were among the only tree-dwelling arboreal mammals that survived, according to a new study. Okay, so the early ancestors of primates and marsupials were among the only tree-dwelling mammals to survive. 3/4 of life on Earth was extinct from that asteroid strike. Arboreal species were especially at risk of extinction due to global deforestation caused by the wildfires from the asteroid impact. You can imagine how green the Earth was up until then. In the study, computer models, fossil records, and information from living mammals revealed that most of the surviving mammals did not rely on trees, though a few arboreal mammals that lived on, including human ancestors, may have been versatile enough to adapt to the loss of trees. The study points to the influence of this extinction event known as the Cretaceous-Paleogene KPG boundary on shaping the early evolution and diversification of mammals. One possible explanation for how primates survive across the KPG boundary, in spite of being arboreal, might be due to some behavioral flexibility, which may have been a critical factor that let them survive. This is what Jonathan Hughes, the paper's co-first author and doctoral student at the lab of Jeremy Searle, professor of ecology and evolutionary biology of the College of Agriculture Life Science. Co-first author Jacob Berv, PhD of 2019, is currently a life sciences fellow at the University of Michigan. Support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box. So, 66 million years ago, 3/4 of life on Earth extinct from that asteroid impact. Now, the study, Ecological Selectivity and the Evolution of Mammalian Substrata Preference Across the KPG Boundary, published October 11 in the journal Ecology and Evolution. The earliest mammals appeared roughly 300 million years ago, and they may have diversified in tandem with the expansion of flowering plants about 20 million years prior to the KPG event. When the asteroid struck, many of these mammal lineages died off, Hughes says. At the same time, the mammals that did survive diversified into all the new ecological niches that opened up when dinosaurs and other species became extinct. In the study, the researchers used published phylogenies, branches, tree-like diagrams to show evolutionary relatedness among groups of organisms for mammals. They then classified each living mammal on those phylogenies into 3 categories: arboreal, semi-arboreal, and non-arboreal, based on their preferred habitats. They also designed computer models that reconstructed the evolutionary history of mammals. Mammal fossils from around the KPG are very rare and are difficult to use to interpret the animal's habitat preference. The researchers compared information known from living mammals against available fossils to help provide additional context for their results. Generally, the model showed that surviving species were predominantly non-arboreal through the KPG event, with 2 possible exceptions: ancestors of primates and marsupials. Primate ancestors and their closest relatives were found to be arboreal right before the KPG event in every model. Marsupials' ancestors were found to be arboreal in half of the model reconstructions. The researchers also examined how mammals as a group may have been changing over time. Hughes says, "We were able to see that leading up to the KPG event, that's 66 million years ago, the dinosaur extinction asteroid impact. Around that time frame, there was a big spike in transitions from arboreal and semi-arboreal to non-arboreal. So it's not just that we are seeing mostly non-arboreal species, but things were rapidly transitioning away from arboreality, Hughes says. Co-authors include Daniel Field, vertebrate paleontologist at University of Cambridge, Eric Sargis, professor of anthropology at Yale University, and Stephen Chester, associate professor of anthropology, Brooklyn College. This was provided by Cornell University, that's in Ithaca, New York, US, of course, one of the Ivy League schools, and it's on phys.org. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. I think this is astonishing. Of course, a lot of animals that survived had to adapt in order to live. This is by Krishna Ramanujan, Cornell University. Thank you for your support.